Many of you are probably aware of the Italian C1 Ariete tank, but also many of you probably aren't aware of the OF-40 MK3, which was the result of Italy's attempt to basically convert OF-40 vehicles to C1 Ariete standard. The actual tank didn't really use an actual OF-40 as the basis, but we will get to that later. The tank was developed in 1988 for export, and there were a couple of countries that were interested. But before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Nico and War Thunder Italy Suggestion Discord. Without them, this video would not be possible, literally. If you want to learn more about Italian vehicles, including the OF-40 MK3, or you want to help them out, please feel free to join their Discord. It's the only public Discord community that specializes in researching Italian vehicles, and they also have Gaijin Italian historian consultant working with them there. I will leave a link to their Discord in the description. As I said before, it wasn't really made on an OF-40 tank, but rather a Palmaria self-propelled howitzer, which is made on OF-40 chassis, but the hull is a bit different. Palmaria's hull is also used, for example, for automatic self-propelled anti-aircraft gun, which I imagine most of you are familiar with. But the hull armor was apparently modified, so it was much better protected than Palmaria and automatic. The tank had the C1 Ariete pre-series turret, which at the time of the trials, C1 wasn't really adopted into service, and that was the turret of the tank at the time. But that means the tank was equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun that can fire standard NATO ammunition, which is a great plus. Having the C1 turret also means that the tank had the pretty decent Turms fire control system, which also includes a thermal imager for the gunner. Of course, the weight of the tank increased because of the heavier turret and the upgrades to the hull, so they installed a new 1100 horsepower diesel engine. The tank's weight is not really known. Jane's article on it puts the weight at 47.5 tons, but that is the combined weight of the Palmaria hull and the C1 turret. But it was later found out that the hull actually had improved armor, so it is really hard to tell because the actual armor upgrade to the hull is unknown. There were a couple of countries interested in the vehicle. Kuwait showed some interest because they were looking into getting 100 tanks back then, but it came to nothing. The United Arab Emirates then opened tank trials for adopting a new main battle tank, and Italy decided to participate with the OF-40 MK3. The tank then participated in the trials, completing any task with flying colors. The firing trials were conducted before the vehicle was shipped to UAE though, because UAE could not provide enough ammunition for all tanks there. The competition was hard, especially because France decided to participate with their new Leclerc tank, which was probably the best tank at the trials, and the fact that UAE also worked with France in the past also helped with them ultimately signing a contract with France to adopt Leclerc as their new main battle tank. Sadly, the fate of the tank is not good. The tank was stored at La Spezia Otto Melara headquarters, and it sat there for a while, but last year it was scrapped. I guess the secrecy of the vehicle led to many people not knowing about it, thus not making it worth it to be put into a museum, therefore it was more worth to scrap it. That would be all. Thanks again to Nico and the War Thunder Italy Suggestion group. Don't forget to join their Discord if you're interested in Italian vehicles. If you like my content, you can support me on Patreon, or leave a like on the video or sub to the channel if you're new. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day.